If you're watching this video after you have already given the SAT exam and hopefully already gotten a pretty great score, I'm sorry to break this news to you, but your SAT score does not matter. It does not matter to the extent Bangladeshis or international students or everyone tends to think of. It really doesn't matter, and it's not a significant part of your application to most universities. Why is that? So when people hear that I don't know, I have a 1550 SAT score or my friends have a 1580, the first reaction that they have is, oh my god, you were a Harvard applicant, why aren't you in IVs, why didn't you apply? Their assumption is this: I didn't apply to the IVs, that's why I didn't get in. If I did apply, then I would have gotten immediately. But the sad truth is, SAT is just one part of your application, and well, it's not a significant part as much as people tend to think it is. It's just one part of your application. The only thing SAT does is to ensure and give an idea to the admission officers about your academic capabilities. If I have a 1550, they understand that I'm above average and I'm somewhere around the top in terms of academic capabilities. If I say get a 1000, then they realize that I'm probably not as capable, maybe not capable enough to say study at Harvard. That's one of the only things that SAT does, and that's it. Nothing else. So SAT is just a metric for them to realize whether I'll be capable to study into that universities. There are loads of other considerations, something I'll address in a different video, about what your race is, what your gender is, about more quantitative facts such as quantitative and qualitative facts such as how are you, will you be a nice addition to campus, will you be someone amazing once you graduate, will you use the resources on campus. There's a loads of questions that are 10 times more important than your SAT scores are. However, still, and this is very important, you probably shouldn't report your SAT score always everywhere. So universities were backing out from basing SAT as their main metric for a significant amount of time, for a pretty long time, and due to COVID, I think it's going to be a trend for the foreseeable future, where they will offer test optional, where they will go test optional. For a lot of universities will go test optional. So this is what you should do. If look at the data of the percentile of their SAT percentile of that particular university, see whether or not what their 75th percentile and what the 25th percentile is. Basically, the 75th percentile in UT Dallas is 1500. So it means that 75% of students received a score in UT Dallas and are studying in UT Dallas have a score under 1500, which means only 25% of students have a score above 1500, and the same is 25th percentile. If the 25th percentile is 1400, it means 25%, the bottom 25% of the students have a score under 1400. The other 75% have a score above 1400. So the general rule is this: if your score is under 25% for that college, do not report it. Don't. There are other factors, but the most important factor that you just need to know is if you report a score which is say you have 1000 score, then they will treat you as someone who's probably not as capable enough as they would like you to think to be. But if you don't report that 1000, and let's say you have a pretty great academic profile, then you will receive the benefit of that doubt, and they probably may judge you as someone who is, much more qualified. So that's why you probably shouldn't send your scores all the time and everywhere. The general rule is don't send your score if you are under the 25th percentile. Sometimes I even say that if you're under the 75th percentile, don't send them at all. It depends on a case-by-case basis, but that's the general rule. Anyway, so all it does is this: it just proves your academic competency. In some universities, SAT is treated more heavily and is regarded more highly than other universities, such as UT Dallas treats SAT, UT Dallas and other Texas universities treat SAT more importantly and in higher regard as compared to some other colleges. But in general, all SAT does is to prove that you are capable academically. So it really doesn't matter that much, especially in IVs, in T280s, in T50s, and those parts. So if you have a, below average SAT score, don't get sad. It's fine. Just don't report it. Go test optional. Your essays, your extracurriculars, and everything else matter 100 times more, and that's coming from someone who scored 1550. If you have a great score, amazing. That proves you're academically competent. Good luck to you. I hope you get in somewhere great. Thanks. Share it with your friends, share it with your daddies, share it with your mommies, share it with everyone else. Show them that SAT really doesn't matter too much. Goodbye. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. I'll see you in the next video.